Alright, for making the chicken stock, we've roasted a chicken. I do one of my Middle Eastern style roasted chickens, one of my favorites, one of our recipes. But any roasted chicken will do, even a rotisserie chicken that you get from the store will do. What I'm doing, of course, is taking all of the meat off the bone. We need the carcass. So I'm going along the breast first, okay, with a small paring knife or a boning knife, and of course separating my breasts. And what I'm doing is I'm making an incision down the middle of the breast, okay. Then I am going along the main carcass area and using the tip of my knife to pull it back. You know, you probably do this when you do a rotisserie chicken, but you're just picking at it. But this way we're getting as much meat as we can off of one side. See how I'm doing this? And then pulling that away. So I got one side, one half of the chicken. All right. I go underneath. This is a key part right here where your joint is from your breast and wing. And I go underneath, and I go underneath, and I pull that away. Okay. This is basically a half the chicken. So we got a half roast chicken right now. Okay. That's great. We're going to put that off to the side. Then we have the other half of the chicken. Okay. Smells really good. And the other half of the chicken, I'm going to make an incision on the other side of the breastplate. Okay. Go down, pull away. Okay. Use a little small knife. Go down some more of my breastplate. See how I'm pulling away? Turn it. All right. Using the tip of my knife, watch your hands. Okay, and pulling it all the way from your breastplate slowly. Okay. Once again, we get down to where our breast and our wing is attached. We cut through there, through that cartilage. And now I go back and of course get my thigh separated from the main carcass area. Usually it separates. If you're really gentle, it just pops open. But you want to get right underneath here because this is where your joint is from your leg to the main carcass, and that snaps. Oh, that snaps. Smells so good. I want to eat all this chicken right now. And then of course we've got that. So this is our other half of the chicken. Okay, that's our other half of the chicken. Put that off to the side. So what we have here is the good stuff. We've got our carcass and some of the tailbone back area. All right, that's going to be used for our chicken stock. To start our chicken stock, we're going to put in our carcass right in there, the chicken. Like I said, you can double or triple this amount. We're also going to add in our mirepoix, onions, carrots, and celery, which is 2 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, half an onion. You actually go a whole onion if you want. Put that all in the pot, right? What we're going to do next is cover this with cold water. So I have all that cold water in there, just enough to cover it. But I'm also going to add, I have a little bit of skin and this wonderful juice that was from the roasted chicken. So all that flavor is going to go in there as well. Yes, it has some fat in it, but that's also going to be some flavor that's going to be separated from it later on, the fat. We're having that flavor from all the juices of the roasted chicken. We are going to turn our heat on to simmer. Alright, while we're waiting for that to come to simmer, we're going to put in a couple of parsley stems. That's from about 4 to 5 stalks or stems of parsley. We're going to put in like 2 pinches of dried thyme. You could always use a bunch of fresh thyme in there. And also if you have a bay leaf, you can put that in too. And we're just going to have this come to a simmer. So once again, this is smelling really good. So we just have it up to a simmer. You just sort of adjust it. You don't want to roll and boil, you want to simmer. This needs to go for at least 4 hours. Another thing to remember with stocks is we're not adding any salt to this. The reason we don't want to add salt to it is if we put salt in early, then this is going to be evaporating and concentrating, and then it's going to get too salty as the liquid is cooking down. So you do not want to add any salt when you're starting a stock. Do not add salt. Alright, this really smells good. Once again, this is after 4 hours. You could go all the way up to 6 hours. I don't have too much fat on the top. Like I said, it's easier to, you can do a little bit of skimming on your fat after it's been simmering, and you can take that fat off to the side and throw that out, okay? Depending on, you don't want to have too much fat with the carcass that you used. And then of course we're going to strain this the same way we did our beef stock. and let it cool down before you put it in the fridge. There you go. That looks good.